Welcome back. I'm Okuyoko and you are watching Africa Journal. Nnamdi Moweta left Nigeria for the US more than 20 years ago. Today, he produces the only African music radio show in Los Angeles. It's broadcast to tens of thousands of listeners every week.
98.7 FM Santa Barbara. My name is Nnamdi. Welcome to the show. If you're just joining us, we're going to have a very special guest.
It's Saturday afternoon at the KPFK studios in Los Angeles, and today DJ Nnamdi's program Afrodicia is all about the sounds of Congo.
All over Africa, everybody knows Moweta. Like the king of the Congo. It's a brand new one. It will get to America maybe summer 2011. But we're playing it now because we have it.
Afrodicia is the only African music program in Los Angeles. It's popular with the African diaspora in California, and DJ Nnamdi, or Nnamdi Moweta, now has an audience of about 50,000 listeners every week.
I've been doing the show for almost 15 years. The concept is bringing music from Africa into the Western world, I would say the African world, because music from Africa is pretty large, big. We live in a diverse city, Los Angeles. You have Cubans, you have Brazilians, you have Jamaicans, you know. As you heard on the show today, it was not just African music. It's a Cuban dance music, it's a reggae music. So it's a big mix of all this music, but with the roots from Africa. That's the whole concept of the show.
Nnamdi's guest today is Titus Fotso, a dancer and musician originally from Cameroon, who's here to present his new album.
The new music you're doing now, you're incorporating Afrobeat in your sound.
Oh, absolutely. See, I love Afrobeat. I always admire a fella, you know. He's our greatest legend, peace spirit. He's one of the artists in this world that I admire, you know, for what he stands for.
The reason we have this show is not just to play your Papa Wemba or your Sheklo or your Fela Kuti. In Los Angeles here, we have new artists people never heard of. We're in an era now where there's no more record industry, there's no more record label or no more record company. Artists are producing music in their bedrooms, in their garage. You have the Longombas making music. So artists like this will not get any airplay on the mainstream radio. But they know that if the quality is there, the message is there, they give it to DJ Nnamdi, they sure get to hear it on a Saturday afternoon. That's the whole purpose of this show. Not just to play the same thing you can hear on Top 40 radio. You can hear that every day. You can hear that any time. But the joy is to be able to discover a new artist, and then this artist blows up.
It's important for me to be here, so not just to promote my art, but just to support already. And Afrodicia has always been there for me. I've been in this country for the past 16 years. I think the first radio station that ever, have me on, interview me or play my music is Afrodicia.
When he's not in his studio, Nnamdi can often be found here at Amoeba, the largest independent record store in Los Angeles.
As a music tastemaker, I have no choice but to come here at least once a week. I try to limit it to once a week because if I come twice a week, that means I must spend money. And as you know, money is not easy to find now. So every time I come in here, I end up spending close to $50, you know.
Nnamdi also uses the store's impressive collection of classic African tunes to gather research for use in his various consultancies.
Nigerian music of the 70s. That's the rage today now. This is Johnny Astrop, you know. I do a lot of licensing for movies, music supervision, Everybody wants Nigerian music of the 70s.
Anything old is really popular. What is the biggest seller right now? Anything Fela Kuti. Why? Because there's a musical on Broadway. So every 10 years or so, there's a new scene of people that have discovered African music, so you start from scratch again.
And from time to time, he makes interesting new discoveries, like this reggae group from Eritrea.
Quite exciting to hear music from a part of Africa that all we hear about is war and hunger. But right now, the reggae music that comes out of this is such unbelievable. The production was a French producer that put all this together. So it's refreshing. It's a new music, new sound, new voices on it too, new singers. So Asmara All Stars.
But nothing replaces the experience of a live performance. After interviewing Titus Fotso, Nnamdi made a date with him to stop by one of his rehearsal sessions with the Patrick Charles Mackendale Group, a jazz band Titus often works with.
We need to nurture a new artist, a new band, motivate them, play them on the radio. Some bands may never get on the radio, but for the fact that they heard it on Afrodicia on a Saturday afternoon, their friends worldwide heard it, that's a big inspiration for them to keep making music. So we are here to make sure we encourage and inspire the makers of sound, filmmakers, athletes, so it's a very important spot for us to be.
Nnamdi moved to the US from Lagos in Nigeria more than 20 years ago. He first went to film school in San Francisco, but then later relocated to Los Angeles. Nnamdi is still sometimes surprised by how much time has gone by since he first set foot in America. Nnamdi now has a 6-year-old American-born daughter named Nneka. But Nnamdi says he hasn't forgotten his roots.
For the things you wanted to do in life, the starting place is here. That doesn't mean that we're not going to go back to Africa or go back to Nigeria. Definitely, yeah, we'll have to go back to Nigeria at a point, but you have to lay your foundation here so that you can shuttle. A lot of people shuttle. They go back and forth, a little bit in Nigeria, a little bit in the US, so that's the whole goal.
Nnamdi is working even harder towards that goal these days because he wants Nneka to get to know the birthplace of her ancestors and the source of the music they both love so much. From me and the Africa Journal team, thanks for watching. See you next time.